Alright, so hello 5th graders, welcome to this video. And in this video today, we're going to learn lesson 1 and we're going to start off with standard and expanded form. So the question is to convert between standard and expanded form. So what are standard and expanded forms? So number 1 is going to be the example of expanded form. And number 2 is going to be what standard form looks like. So they're the same, but expanded form is just literally expanding the numbers. So we're going to go over question number 3 and 4. And let's look at number 3. So we have expanded form here. So we're going to convert this to standard form. So we just add these numbers. That's it. So 600 plus 30 plus 8 is going to be 638. And this is going to be the final answer. Okay, and then let's go to number 4. We have 890, and we're going to write it in expanded form. So for hundreds, we have 800. And for tens, we have 90. And we don't have ones. So the final answer for number 4 is going to be 800 plus 90. And this is going to be the final answer. Okay, let's move on to the next one. And next concept is place values. So we're going to fill in the missing numbers. So let's work on number 1 and number 2 together. So number 1, we have 838. So this is the same as what we just did for the previous topic, but we just wrote it in the words, like hundreds, tens, ones. So that's the only difference. So we have 838 here. So I'm going to write 8 here because we have 800s, and we have 30. So for tens, I'm going to write 3. And for ones, I'm going to write 8. And that's going to be the final answer for number 1. And let's look at question number 2. We have 6,432. So for thousands, we have 6,000. So I'm going to write 6. And for hundreds, we have 400. So let's write 4. And for tens, we have 30. So I'm going to write 3 here. And then for ones, we have 2. So I'm going to write 2 here. And this is going to be the final answer. Okay. So let's move on to the next topic. And we have comparing numbers. So for comparing numbers, we are literally just looking at two numbers and we're going to compare which one is greater or less. Okay, so let's do some examples. We're going to do question number 1 and question number 2. So question number 1, we have 568 and 559. So the hundreds place are the same. We both have 500s and 500. So we're going to look at tens place. So for this one, we have 6 and we have 5 here. So 6 is greater than 5. So we know that 568 is greater than 559. So I'm going to write this sign, which shows that 568 is greater than 559. Okay, so this is the answer. And then let's do one more example. We are going to do number 2. We have 3,509 and 3,509, which shows that they are the same. So I'm going to write this sign. That means these two numbers are equal to each other. Okay? And the other example is going to be number 3. We have 87,428 and 87,430. We notice that these three numbers are the same. So now we're going to just look at tens place again. And for tens place, we have 2 here and we have 3 here. And 3 is greater than 2. So I'm going to write the sign like this, which shows that 87,428 is less than 87,430, which can also be said that 87,430 is greater than 87,428. Okay, this is it for comparing numbers. And let's move on to the last topic, which is rounding. So when we round the numbers, we have a simple rule, which is that if the number is 0 to 4, which is less than 5, we're going to round it down. And if the number is 5 or greater, so 5 to 9, we're going to round it up. And I'm going to do some examples for you to understand better. So let's look at question number 1 and question number 2. So for question number 1, we have 450 and 4 is underlined right now. So that means we're rounding to the hundreds place. We're rounding to 4. So we're going to look at the number which is right next to the underlined number. So we're looking at tens place here. We're looking at 5. And we notice that we have to round it up because 5 or greater is rounding it up. So I'm going to write 5 instead of 4 for the hundreds place because we rounded it up, and tens place and ones place are going to be zeros. So the answer will be 500. Okay. And let's look at number 2. We have 3,537 and 5 is underlined right now. So we are rounding to the hundreds place. We're rounding to 5 here. So we're going to look at 3, which is on the tens place. And we notice that 3 is less than 5. And we're going to round it down. So 3 and 5 here are going to be the same. And 3 and 7 for the tens place and ones place are going to be zeros because we round it down. So they stay the same and they become zeros. Right? So this is it for today's lesson, and thank you for watching.